The trickster. So the trickster is the voice of mischief that gives the player a change from what they expected, what they thought was going to happen. Our voice as the trickster keeps our players on their toes. It keeps them looking at the game world with a much more careful eye. It's the enemy of the status quo. It breaks the usual. Things that, for instance, are purposely behind the player or above. Players don't tend to look above or behind them. Somewhere that you won't usually look. These are ways that we, by putting a reward, for instance, in one of these spaces, or a danger you weren't expecting, this is sort of how we bring that sort of mischief to the player. Here's an example that I remember very strongly, I guess, from Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, where you're searching for the Master Sword in these woods, and they just they place these little like pedestals with these swords like here and there. They're fake swords, they're fake Master Swords, and you just can kind of go up and pluck them and put them down. You obviously know when you find the real Master Sword, but you know, it's just kind of a nice playful sort of presence. Same thing goes for a character like this, a mimic. So in Dark Cloud 2, there are certain treasure chests you go up to and you try to open them, and they pop open and it's a monster that attacks you. And so you start to not trust the treasure chest. You start not trusting the world. You don't trust your rewards. So the voice of the where are we at? The trickster. The voice of the trickster comes through in reversals. So places where I think my path is going to continue this way, and then we turn in the opposite direction. Or in cases like this, which sort of playfully suggests that by continuing up these sort of steps to get to the top, this sort of leads me to my goal. That it draws the eye and brings us right up to this bridge sort of space. But as you sort of move up here, you start to realize that, okay, actually this this rock outcropping right here denies you access to the top. And to tell you the truth, I think that if I had to do this again, this probably should be a more clear denial, because this is really not that tall and stuff like that. But it is a denial, I'll give you that. So anyway, but I should have made it clearer. But you come up here and are completely denied entry to getting up to your goal space. And it's not until you turn around and we have this reversal that takes us to the other side of the tower that's the actual path. So another case sort of in this labyrinth space where the player is trying to get to a treasure chest on the right side, and as they go up into this space, they come to a dead end with a nice little chink, a Zen view into where the treasure space is, but it's too small for you to go into. But at least you get a reward, you know, for your trouble and for being tricked. And as you sort of continue up this space, we do a reversal that takes us to the next space. But again, a lot of times when you play the part of the trickster, you need to also give the player a reward so it doesn't feel quite as irritating, I guess. If there's you sort of slam the door in their face and then give them a nice reward. So in this case, it's getting up to this space where they can now access a treasure over here and also get a nice view and understanding of the space. It leads to a nice heroic moment. So this is a heroic space that the trickster sort of leads you to. Here's a case right here where even beyond the actual treasure space, we have another treasure that's behind things. So putting things behind things where you don't think the way you don't expect, putting it behind the spawn point or behind where you would look, that is the voice of the trickster. So, treasure.